Nonetheless, it was a mess. It was a boat racing. Daniel Jones looked like John Elway, and I'm not kidding. That looked a lot like John Elway out there. Makes you wonder, is Shane Steichen? We'll have to see. Let's see how it goes, because the Dolphins look like straight trash, homie. Straight trash.
The Miami Dolphins have gone from being the NFL's shiny, high-flying offense to looking like a dumpster floating down Biscayne Bay. Once touted as innovators under Mike McDaniel, they now resemble a comedy of errors with collapses in big games, predictable play calling, and defensive disasters. The situation has gotten so chaotic that whispers are circling about Jon Gruden, yes, the NFL's walking controversy, possibly swooping in to replace McDaniel. That's not a storyline. That's a full-blown circus.
A lot of bad things have been said about the Dolphins' performance and about their quarterback after that game, but maybe the most damning came from a former Dolphin. Xavier Howard is a cornerback on the Colts who played against his former team.
We knew the guy, he get the ball out pretty quick. And once we take away his first read, I feel like it's panic mode after that. And it showed yesterday, man. We took away his first read, and he was trying to get rid of the ball real quick.
The downfall of Miami starts with expectations. This team was supposed to be the AFC's track meet nightmare. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert were meant to burn defenses with speed, while Tua Tagovailoa was finally going to silence the doubters. And for a brief stretch, it looked unstoppable, until reality decided to crash the party. The second Miami faces a tough playoff-caliber opponent, the wheels don't just wobble, they rocket off the car entirely. Blowouts, embarrassing losses, and a complete inability to win meaningful games have become the new Dolphins' identity.
So, anyway, the point I'm trying to get to is, don't look now, but Tyreek Hill wants the hell out of town. Rex Ryan destroyed Mike McDaniel, probably because he wants to be the Dolphins' next coach. I mean, he came pretty close to getting that Jets job. I'm not sure how many people realize that.
Mike McDaniel, once celebrated as a quirky genius with his sharp offensive schemes and nerdy charm, suddenly looks like a man out of answers. His creative play calling that once fooled defenses is now predictable. Defenders laugh as they sit on routes, daring Miami to run something different. Worse, his team collapses when it matters most, melting under pressure like a popsicle in Florida heat. The Dolphins can rack up 50 points against bottom feeders, but when it's time to prove they belong among the elite, McDaniel's squad vanishes.
All that said, it is definitely not too soon to be extremely concerned about the Miami Dolphins. Wiggins. It's not too soon to say that the coach is on the hot seat. It's not too soon to wonder just how bad things can get for the Dolphins this year, even if Mike McDaniel says it can't get any worse.
Then comes the Jon Gruden chatter. That's right. The NFL's wild card, a coach with a Super Bowl ring, a decade of television bluster, and one of the most polarizing reputations in football. On paper, the very idea feels absurd. Why would the Dolphins, a franchise supposedly building for the future, even glance in Gruden's direction? But in the NFL, desperation breeds chaos. The Dolphins are desperate, the fans are furious, and the front office knows that patience doesn't last long when playoff windows slam shut.
That's a hell of a positive. The positive is it can't be any worse than it was. There's nowhere to go but up. I don't know. It could get worse. You know how it gets worse? After the game, you get fired. And that's what Mike McDaniel is on track.
Gruden represents the antithesis of McDaniel. Where McDaniel is nerdy, calculated, and player-friendly, Gruden is fiery, abrasive, and old school to a fault. One relies on analytics and clever schemes, the other on grit, bravado, and a playbook that hasn't aged gracefully. But Gruden also brings the perception of toughness, something Miami lacks. The Dolphins have been branded soft, a team that beats up the weak but folds against the strong. Gruden, for all his baggage, has never been accused of softness.
Look, I think most of you know, I've always liked Mike. I like that he's different. I like that he's funny. I like that he's quirky. I like that he's not like any other NFL head coach. And I like that when it's clicking, his offense is fun to watch. Problem is, it's been a long time since that offense has been fun to watch. or clicking.
The thought of Gruden in Miami is equal parts hilarious and terrifying. Imagine the headlines, the controversies, the sideline explosions. Suddenly, McDaniel's awkward press conference jokes would be replaced with Gruden's snarls and cliches. Would it work? Probably not. Would it be entertaining? Absolutely. Miami could go from being an underachieving disappointment to a reality show broadcast every Sunday.
I'm just going to say this right now. Mike McDaniel's going to be the first coach fired in the NFL, and I don't
Put
know
a
if it's
date
going
on
to
it.
last. I don't know if it's going to last like to week 4 or 5, man. This team looked horrendous, dude. I mean, this operation is a joke. Stephen Ross wanted to fire McDaniel 2 years ago. I don't think he's going to wait long on this one.
But here's the kicker. The fact that Gruden's name is even floating around tells you everything about the Dolphins' implosion. This isn't just a slump, it's a franchise questioning its identity. McDaniel's vision of speed and finesse has hit a wall. His quarterback still looks fragile. His defense still collapses against top competition. His leadership is now doubted. When an NFL team starts even casually flirting with the idea of calling Jon Gruden, it means the fire alarm isn't just ringing, it's blaring.
Who's the head coach of this team?
Mike McDaniel.
What's he look like?
He looks kind of weird, a little young.
Huh?
He looks a little weird, a little young. And
He looks a little weird, a little young.
it's not even just that. Like, he just damn near weird. Like, it's
Damn near. So just the theme. Stay with the theme, homie.
I'm not gonna say what you think. I know. I know you're trying to.
But you damn near wanted to say damn near gay.
Dolphins fans are caught in the middle of this mess. One week, they see glimpses of brilliance, a team that looks unstoppable against weak opponents. The next, they're watching complete meltdowns on national television, with commentators openly mocking Miami's inability to hang with contenders. The fan base has gone from excited to exhausted, realizing that the most dangerous part of being a Dolphins fan is believing too much.
Bad did it look from
It
the
was
Dolphins?
ugly, and I will tell you, people often talk about like being prepared. The Dolphins did not look prepared, and what he's talking about offensively, it wasn't just Tua. I mean, I saw offensive linemen block the running back run by and covered. People not being, Tyreek Hill one time was in motion, acting like he didn't know where he was supposed to be. All of those things compound, and you think about as a quarterback.
The real tragedy here is wasted potential. The Dolphins have the talent to compete. Tyreek Hill is still one of the best receivers in football. Waddle remains dangerous. The run game, when used correctly, can shred defenses. But none of it matters if the scheme doesn't evolve and the team continues to collapse in big games. McDaniel's offensive magic show has turned stale, and the defense doesn't have the backbone to carry the load.
Take a listen to Rex Ryan.
What was he talking about? Maybe he's on a different level, McGenius guy, whatever the hell he is, nerd boy. But anyway, their team has no respect for the coach. They play like that. They're like, come on, man, get us a dang guy in here. Where's the physicality of this?
And so, the circus continues. Jon Gruden's shadow looms, not because he's the answer, but because the Dolphins are out of answers. Gruden is a symbol of chaos, a nuclear option that screams desperation. If Miami ever actually pulled that trigger, it wouldn't be about football brilliance. It would be about shock value, headlines, and the illusion of toughness.
Hey, the Dolphins are getting what they deserve.
Hello.
Mike McDaniel should have never been considered for an NFL head coaching job based on his resume at the time of getting the Miami Dolphins. So this is exactly what they deserve, and this is what they're getting. And I'm saying this, unless they catch somebody that's riddled with injuries, the Dolphins could very well go 0-17.
The Dolphins wanted to be the NFL's next great story. Instead, they've become a parody of themselves. A team with track star receivers, a creative coach, and sky-high expectations now finds itself spiraling into irrelevance. The fire is burning, and the whispers of Gruden only add gasoline. Whether McDaniel rights the ship or the franchise actually considers detonating everything with Gruden, one thing is clear: Miami is living up to its new reputation as the NFL's ultimate trash fire.